All right, we're live again. Another day, another trade. Well, hopefully, but um, it's 9:19 at the moment. Market opens in about 11 minutes, give or take. Um, so today we're starting off with once again 48,869, close to what we had yesterday. Um, let's see. So yesterday, once again we saw the bias, and yeah, we called in that daily FEG, which it did respect. And then it shot back up once again. So let's just once again recheck that up, do a new chart. But yeah, this is what we're starting with. We're trading on here once again, MES. All right. Uh, so once again in the weekly, we respected this FEG. We pushed up. Daily supported that. Pushed down here. Pushed up. Let's see what the 4 hour wants to do. So currently, the 4 hour is respecting this FEG right here. I want to say it wants to push up, but well, I mean the weekly, well, it respected this FEG and it pushed up. The daily respected it and it pushed up. Um, Respected this, pushed up. Respected this, pushed up. Well, not pushed up, but a little bit. Zooming into the 1 hour. So it seemed to have. It seems to have had gone up here, and then actually no sweepage here. This one is still intact, but it did sweep up here, I guess. No, actually no, it matched it. So that's our equals right here, and I respect this 1 hour FEG right here. And at the moment, it's holding that FEG as well. Maybe it wants to push in here and then shoot up. I hate these kind of days where I don't know what it wants to do because it's in the it's inside the FEG at the moment, so I don't know. I don't really know what the bias is today, which kind of gets me a little tight because I knew the bias is the other 3 days, and the one day that I don't know is whatever. Okay. So let's see. Let's look at the. Let's see once again. If anything, there's like liquidity sitting up here, which you might want to shoot up for. Um, maybe sweep up liquidity up here, and then maybe just retrace back to the FEG. Perhaps hit right here. Oh, now that I think about it, it might want to aim for equilibrium. Hold up, I haven't considered that yet. In the 4 hour, right, or in the 1 hour for that matter. Would it be crazy to think that maybe it wants to shoot down here? It's an FEG sitting here. It's possible, but I don't know. It's a bit iffy. Hold up. Let's check MNQ real quick. Hold up. Let's go back. So this one did equal tops. This one did lower. So they didn't sweep up anything or anything of the sort. How about here? Let's see. Okay. There's equals up here, and MNQ. So this one seems to be different in MMQ. Liquidity equals in MNQ. Possibly sweeping. And once again, well, now that I think about it, at least in MNQ, possibly hit, aim for equilibrium after sweeping up here, pushing down into this FEG zone right here with this 1 hour. Possible. Still would respect this one as just pushing back down. There's a lot of liquidity sitting up here, so which is what I'm looking at right now. So let's see. New York session opens at 9:30, which is about 5 minutes from now. London open at 3, and then Asian open at 1800. Yep. Let's see. So London made a high up here. And Asia's session made a high up here. About the same highs. Maybe you could consider maybe sweepage, but I don't think so. And then you have Asian session low right here. But I'd say London swept those. So right now the only London session low right now is that one right here. So we have London highs. Well, London Asian highs. There's a lot of liquidity sitting up here, and then there's Asian low. So what I might be looking at is possibly, well, right now, well, it could do one or two things. Depends what it chooses to do next. Because it's possible that it's aiming to push back to equilibrium on this movement right here, which I think it could be possible. But it would have to sweep, and I would want to see sweepage up here. So then respect that, push down into equilibrium, and then move up. But it might not as well. It's very possible that it just that the 4 hour is enough to help it push up. In which case, I don't know if I'm looking at a trade at that point. But in this movement right here, it is supported by a 4 hour FEG, so that's possible. So we could be maybe looking at equilibrium. So on New York City Open, on New York Open, we might be looking for sweepage up here, possibly. But I want to make sure that it does sweep, and then after that, if it does push down, I feel it wouldn't be impossible to respect this FEG right here. Close door, please. Close, close, close. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking for right now. So we just see how New York reacts in open. Either way, I think it's probably gonna want to aim for one of these two. Session high / lows. But yeah. Okay. Let's check out MNQ real quick. Hold up. All right, market opens in about a minute. So we'll just see how it chooses to react. Let's look at the 1 minute. Oh, oh. Well, I'm tired. I'm hoping I don't have to make any trades. Unnecessary trades, really, to be honest. But let's see how this goes. All right, New York officially open. Let's see what we see. Yep, there it is, the sink. What is it aiming to do? So it just pushed back into this FEG. Respected it so far. So it's pushing up. So what I'm looking for is a sweep up here in this area, and then a push back down, hopefully into this equilibrium slash 4-hour FEG. So right now I just respected this 1 minute right here. Huh. Yeah, the only thing I really see right now is a bit of consolidation. Consolidation, my fault. Um, yeah, Asia didn't really make big moves, just pushed down a little bit. Then went up. London open, swept up here, pushed back down. Um, into this FPG seems, no, it's, well, technically kind of respected a little bit. Pushed back up, swept up the previous low, and then I mean the previous high, and then pushed back down. Sweeping up Asian, no, the previous low as well, and now it was on the move up, and right now what I'm looking for is for New York to sweep up the previous London high. But right now, like I said, this seems to be consolidation, so I'm not pretty sure what to expect right now. So I'm just gonna see how the market reacts. But but yeah, if anything, I'll be aiming for equilibrium right here, possibly. Um, but we'll have to see how it reacts. Huh. See how MNQ is doing. Okay. technically this is possible, I guess. Well, yeah, but I'm gonna try to do it again. There's no context, so there's no reason for me to aim for that at all right now. All I know is that there's liquidity sitting all here right now, right there. But let's just see what it wants to do. Unless I swept here, but I don't know why would it be liquidity sitting there. I mean, there might be some there, but I think it'd be more here than anything. Ugh. Yeah, I think right now it's one of those times where like it doesn't really know what it wants to do. So it's just kind of waiting for it to act somehow, some way. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I guess waiting is one of the more difficult things to do. Just being patient. It's crazy how there's such fast movements in other, like the other days, especially yesterday where it just shot back down to the daily, and then today is just whatever it is that it's doing. Huh. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm tired. It's hard to stay up. Huh. I have absolutely no clue what the hell the market's doing right now, and I'm so tired just observing. Ah, I could use some caffeine right now, honestly. All right, let's wake up. 15 minutes about to close. The 1 minute, the 1 hour. Once again, it's a lot of liquidity sitting up here. A lot of liquidity sitting up here. Potentially, you might want to just like keep on building liquidity till the candle closes, shoot up, and then shoot down towards equilibrium on the 4 hour. Shoot down to equilibrium on the 4 hour, and then continue to back up, go back up, shoot back into this portion again. Impossible, not necessarily. Is it going to? I have no idea, because it still hasn't respected this FEG either. This FEG is still intact as well. It's a 1 hour. This 4 hour FEG is also intact. So let's see what happens. 15 minutes about to close in about a minute, give or take. I don't think it's gonna be of much help particularly. This little FG gonna get created either anyway. But yeah, I'm hoping for the sweep on top, push through equilibrium, and then reverse back up. But I'm not sure, because yesterday I set equilibrium too. It didn't. It just respected the daily and then went back up. So yeah. Wow. So MNQ is doing. MNQ is doing about the same. Um, 15-minute close. What does it want to do? Well, thinking about it as well, in the 1 minute, it seems to be building liquidity right here. If it doesn't peak up here, oh, it did, but yeah, it took liquidity too once again. But there might be some liquidity up there as well. It might be shooting up for this up here. Might be aiming to build liquidity right now. Sweep in one go and then push back down, possibly. Ah. Hold up. Damn. Okay, let's see what it does. See how it reacts. If it creates a wick, then it's sweeping, and if it doesn't, that means it's bullish. In a 5 minute, it seems he might be sweeping. I want to see where the 5 minute closes. Whoa. Tired. So this one's failing to actually meet this point up here, which means that it's possible that that could be an SMT. Yeah, that could very well be an SMT right here. in the 5 minute. If it disrespects this FEG, then I think it's fair that it might be bullish. I mean bearish. Yeah, but nah, these seem to be kinda equal highs right here. Low key equal highs. Here, it pushed up. So is it an SMT? That's a great question. I have no clue. Is that purple? Or is that... That's technically purple. Mm. The 1 hour seems like it's sweeping. At least for now. 15 minutes similar. I want to see by 10, see what it chooses to do. I want to see what it closes off at, because then wouldn't that technically mean that this and this are an SMT? Yeah, wouldn't that mean that these two are an SMT? And then therefore this this one is too. Let's see what is last minute. If it pushes past this, then it's obviously pushing that down. Question is where? Where to? Is that enough? If it chose to respect this, I don't think it'd be crazy to think that it wanted to respect this FEG and push back down to the to this bit, but it technically hasn't disrespected this. But if it does respect the FEG, then it's possible. I'm gonna aim for that, I think.
Order filled.
Um, it's swept up here. You can see in the 15 minute that it did. This liquidity that was sitting here got cooked. This to me looks like an SMT right here. Sorry. This looks like a 5 minute SMT to me. And I think it wouldn't be crazy to think that it wants to aim for this, for all this liquidity sitting right here. So, like this whole, like this old, oh, this liquidity sitting down here that it hasn't swept. I don't think that's crazy to think that it wants to do. At the same time, I mean, like I said, respected daily, respected weekly, so it is pretty bullish right now. There doesn't seem to have been much going on in regards to here. It seems to just be like pretty stagnant. It could still push up. That's still very possible. I'm not going past that, but it swept. Liquidity sits down here. It's bullish, but it feels needs to go back down. So I'm only gonna risk about 250, give or take. 6391.25 right there. 6411.0 right there. I feel like it has no need to go past up here. Once again, liquidity sitting up there. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it going to? We'll have to see. They disrespected the 1 minute that I was aiming for, but once again, my confidence is the same. Like, I don't see reason why it should go past this. Is it possible? Absolutely, but I'm gonna stick. Last time, yesterday, I I chose not to go with the 15 minute that FEG that I was aiming for, and I got out early, and it did hit the 15 minutes. So I'm gonna just stick to what I think, to what I know, and we just have to see what it does. Then again, I'm not saying it was a bad trade per se. Rather, um, technically, I feel like I had some sort of reason to aim for what I was aiming for. As like I saw, this looks like a sweep to me right here. This definitely looked like a sweep to me right there. Once again, is it possible that it wants to just shoot back up? Yes, technically speaking, but I think it would have done it already. and in the 15 minutes it swept all the liquidity sitting up here. But more than that, if you look if we look closer, this liquidity sitting right here, and then there's an untapped Asian session low. I mean, an untapped London session low right here. Possibly also might be aiming to go to equilibrium right here. That's what my aim is. It could very well get disrespected, but I don't think I made that decision just cause. I think I had some kind of reasoning at the very least this time around. Granted, I could have probably waited for a better reaction, in the sense that maybe I could have waited a little longer to see what it did. Although really my aim, then again I think about it as well, like there seems to be SMT divergence here. You know, like there seems to be an SMT divergence up here. Now I'm gonna stick to what I think. I'm gonna stick to what I know. I use the context that I had, and yeah, I'll stick to that. See now how it reacts now. I'm trying to detach myself from the idea of winning money or like being profitable and stuff, because at the end of the day, technically, it's really less about the numbers and more about the chart in and of itself, building the habit of trying not to just read it properly, but react properly, and not just out of like the sake of it. Um, but yeah, I feel like the context I'm using isn't insane. I feel like I see sweepage. I see a reason to push back down. I feel like this isn't particularly a bad trade. Granted, I think it is maybe a riskier trade, but once again, I feel like I had reason. I mean, I'm not just trying to butter it up. Rather, I think it's actual, once again, actual context here. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna see how it reacts now. For example, if I look at this, if I look at the MNQ. Let's see. Hold up. Let's see. 9:30 open. 3 right there. Yeah, London's right here, and it's right now it's shooting towards it. I This looks to me like an SMT right there, Bridget. It's like this is it failed to sweep up here. It failed to sweep up here, and MES it did sweep up there. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Maybe I read it the opposite around, but like right now you see, we're making a lower low right here. So once again, I'm sticking to what I think and what I know. Let me just see how that price reacts. And once again, target would be this orange line, which is the Asian session low. I mean, the London session low, which are pretty, which are generally speaking, high liquidity zones. So, plus, it also meets up with this FEG right here, this 15-minute FEG, which is pretty cool too. Granted, it did respect it. The London did respect it previously, but it could still tap into it again. Once again, this could also be building liquidity here, possibly as well, right here and right here, right here, like right here, around these areas as well. Wait, and then shoot down after maybe sweeping it. It might want to just come up here, take this, and boom, possibly. Then again, it could also just skyrocket up, but it's really a matter of seeing what it chooses to do. I place my stop loss here because once again, high is here. I felt there's no reason to go higher than that unless once again it wants to shoot up, but this is where we just stop and wait to see. M and Q kind of shot down a little bit towards here, I guess, this area. Granted, I could have had a better entry as a whole. Maybe that FEG, the 5 minute, I mean the 1 minute FEG that I was aiming for might not have been the best bet either. But I think as a whole, I feel kind of good about the way that I went about placing my order and entering the trade. I think there was a little more than just let's just go for it, rather a little more context this time around at least. Granted, I still might lose, but once again, I want to kind of disassociate myself from the winning and losing. Rather, it's just like, did I stick to the plan? Did I, try to focus on what I should be doing? So right now it's just we see how this reacts. Once again, it could just go up here, sweep and push back down as well, or maybe not at all. But yeah, let's just see what it does. It seems to be sinking. Not sure what it's aiming for, but it's sinking. So we were about 140 in the red. Right now, we're about 30 in the red. Once again, let me just dissociate myself from that. Let's just focus on what I'm looking at the charts here. Even though there is a 5 minute FEG right here, which I can be aiming for because I did respect it previously, I feel like the 15 minute previously tapped FEG by London session with the London session low is a pretty good aim, something to aim for, a pretty good aim as a whole. And there's technically this previously tapped 1 hour FEG as well, but I don't know if it wants to go that low. But once again, I'm gonna stick to what I believe, to what I know, to what I understand so far from the chart. That it wants to aim down, take up this liquidity over here. That's what the aim is. Possibly, We look at here, possibly might create this FEG right here, and then the next candle respects it and then continues to push down as well. It's very possible that the 5 minute just respects it and then it's enough for it to go up. But once again, I use whatever context I had. Um, Possibly might want to go once again deeper into the FEG as well. Once again, retap in there. That's very possible still. Maybe once again as well, might could even aim for equilibrium with this untapped FEG right here. Um, as well as keep on respecting this FEG right here as well in the 1 hour, and then once again uh, redirect back into this 15-minute FEG, which once again is together with this previous London low. But yeah, we just have to see what it does, see how it reacts. We've been holding the position for how long now? I'm not even sure. Uh, Not entirely sure. 9:57, so just a couple minutes. Once again, we just gotta trust the confluences, right? We read context. I've been trying to disassociate myself from the winning and the actual the money making part of it, and just read the charts, see what the market wants to do. Granted, I was a little riskier on this one. The big part of the reason why I went for what I went is because I saw sweepage here, and then everything else just came along. Generally, I would like to aim to see a break of structure. So, for example, I would have probably, now that I see this break of structure right here, that this 1 minute that this respect this 1 minute sorry this in the 1 minute time frame, this previous slow got the candle broke past it, so that tech could be seen as a break of structure. I probably would have aimed for this bit right here, but once I saw the sweep and then I saw the previous respect of the FEG, I'm like, yeah, I might want to go push down. But yeah, granted, it's possible then that it might want to retap into here as well once again, and I can see what that wants to do. What would this look like? Yeah, now let me not get greedy. Let me not get greedy. But possibly could retap into this FEG right here, and then push even more, and I could just cut some more. But no, let's stick to what we know, right? Let's stick to what I know. Let's stick to what I'm here for. Ultimately, let's just wait to see what it wants to do once again. But I wouldn't be surprised if it taps in here once again and then pushes back down. So respects this one, maybe even this one right here. And but let's not get greedy. Let's not get greedy. Let's just keep on watching, observing. Regardless, if we do hit the take profit, I would be making what I lost yesterday. But yeah, I don't know. We just have to see how this reacts. Because right now it's respecting this 5 minute FEG. But I'm also once again I'm looking at the at Avery tapping into this once again, this London session low and this previous 15-minute FEG, which once again it's a higher time frame. But it seems to also be technically respecting this 1 minute right here. I mean this 1 hour one, which once again it's even higher. time frame, but we'll see how this reacts. Um, see how it's moving. Once again, it's already react to the 5 minute that it previously respected. But since it's already tapped in, it's already weaker. So it might just want to push right through it, regardless of it being respected previously. Yep. Looks like it wants to just push through, right through. But you see, for example, let's say this pushes down even more. I think I'm pretty good at reading the chart as a whole and like what it wants to do. For example, like I said, it tapped right into this FEG, which I mentioned previously that it went to. I could have entered it right here for more for more contracts and then push back down even more. Likelihood once again is probably is gonna aim for this. It's I'm hoping at least that is once again this is a high liquidity area, which is why I'm aiming for it. No other reason particularly. It's a London low, so at that. But once again, I think I've gotten generally pretty good at reading the chart. My problem really is the execution of it at the very least. Then again, some things you just can't change. Maybe this 5 minute is enough for it to go back up. Um, but yeah, we just have to see how this reacts. It might respect that again and then push back down possibly as well. Or maybe the 5 minutes is stronger, you know. But we just have to see how this reacts. Then again, once again, there is another 5 minute FEG forming as we speak, right here. What I'm thinking right now before it happens is that possibly once again, this FEG forms, solidifies, and then it pushes back into this FEG and then respects it and then pushes down past this FEG. Once again, it's possible that it doesn't either as well. That's a possibility as well. But yeah, this forms, it respects the FEG and then pushes past this FEG that was previously respected, and then once again just aims towards this uh the angle, I guess you could say it. I'm not saying I know everything because I don't, but I guess once you start to see the chart enough, I think you can start to see a couple things here and there as to how I might want to react. Right now, it's respecting the 5 minute FEG that it itself created, and then I'm hoping that that's enough to help it push back down. to past this previous FEG. I mean, yeah, past this previously respected FEG. And then just push right through and then aim for this one. Then again, it might not once again, but let's just see how that reacts at the moment. It's also possible that it's aiming for this liquidity sitting right above the FEG, sweeps it, pushes it right back down, possibly. It's still very possible to again that that holds and then it goes up. I was just hoping that the 15-minute was stronger, had a stronger bias towards it, and then that this London low was also stronger and would pull it towards it. But we just have to see and wait and see. Sorry. Usually I like to stop trading around 10:30. That will be in about 7 minutes, 7 minutes give or take. I'll drag it to 11 if I'm in a trade, but yeah, hopefully we see movement continue to the downside at the very least. I'm trying to think of any other reasons why it would just want to stop right there and just go up besides the FEG. Maybe hit equilibrium or something, perhaps. Is that possible? I mean, it could be once again also liquidity sitting here, possibly too. Maybe that's part of the reason. Then again, technically it hasn't disrespected it yet. This is the previous high that it made. Well, technically it was this one. I should never think about it. So technically it did. Technically it did. Hopefully it doesn't break past this, and after that, and hopefully the next candle just shoots it back right back through. Hopefully that 5 minute holds just as it is right now. It seems to have held so far. Hopefully that's enough to push past this FEG right here. Let's see what the 1 minute is doing. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is 1 minute FEG right here as well. Hmm. Wait, why is this here? It's supposed to be right over here. Think about it's possible that it's building liquidity up here. Sweep it and push down, maybe. Ugh. Wow. Oh, I just noticed this is an untapped 1 minute FEG right here. I didn't see that at all. Perhaps it'll tap into it and respect it and push back down. Hopefully, at least. So it's already 10:30. Um, there's no real reason for me to stay and observe it till 11. I'm pretty confident in the setup that I have. I had an aim. I went for it. Um, I feel like I have solid context as a whole. So, rather than waiting, I'm just gonna let this play out. And regardless, it's gonna hit either my stop loss or my take profits. Um, one way or the other. And tomorrow, when I trade again, which is what, that's Thursday? Is that Wednesday? What is today's Thursday, right? I think today's Thursday. But well, today's a no, I'm lying. Today's Wednesday. No, today's Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday. The 24th. But yeah. So tomorrow when I trade for Friday, I'm gonna check and my dashboard, see what happened, Once again, right now we're 48,869. We'll see what tomorrow. If it goes well, then awesome. If it doesn't, well then I'm okay with the trade though at the end of the day. So so yeah, I think that's it for that. Thank you all and deuces.